Hi everyone, this is a pick a card reading for this eclipse that is on the 21st of June. It's a solar eclipse. And how will it affect you? What can you do to make the most out of this eclipse? Also, I want to share with you just a quick blend. It's called the High Priestess blend, and I'm completely run out, but I'm going to do a quick video on this, not this video, but the following video, how to make the High Priestess blend. It's for intuitive connections, to open up the channels. So if you feel blocked, if you feel like you're not making an intuitive connection to the card or to the question that you're asking about, or even if you're doing non-card readings, I find that this blend really helps me open up. So that's going to be shared soon in a video, and I'm going to make that after this one. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe, because everything is shared on the YouTube and also on Patreon as well. Link in the description bar. So let's have a look at these cards. Okay, I'm also using a new deck called the Angel Tarot. This deck I find is very good to use for questions about politics and global issues. So we'll see how they relate to you on a personal level. It might tie in more how larger issues are affecting you in your life. So we'll see how it will work with the other cards today. Also using my Norse gods and goddesses. And I think it's a Renaissance deck I'm using today, and my runes as well. So let's get started with one. From the Norse gods and goddesses, you're actually getting weight. So I feel like I should look straight into the angel deck to see why are you getting weight. So with wind, weight is actually connected to the rune Isa, and Isa is like, either you have to really adapt to a situation by just accepting something, or you just have to completely remove yourself, but it's very rarely anything in between. So let's have a look at these cards here. So at the bottom you get the helping God. It says it's 2 of Wands, but this deck has different interpretations. So love and wisdom, victory over those who would attack you. Okay, so it could mean that you actually have protection against people that want to attack you, and you don't actually have to do anything other than removing yourself from the situation. And for some of you it will be a complete move, because what I'm getting here, I'm actually getting the Death card, which speaks a little bit of this card here. Either you just have to accept what you can't change, which is a meaning of the Death card as well, or you just have to completely move away from it. So it says here, endings and rebirth, influences, health and longevity. You're also getting Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords, it says the all-pervading God. So basically with Knight of Swords, the gift of Knight of Swords is that it will keep you on the path. So if you are steering off the path, you will feel it straight away, because Knight of Swords has to be in alignment with your beliefs and what you're doing. So it has to be a connection there. And if there are no connections, like if you feel like I don't even belong here, or what I'm doing is not aligned with who I am, you'll feel it very strongly when Knight of Swords is showing up. And maybe this eclipse as well, it will make it really obvious to you if something is not working in your life, if it's not aligned. And it says here with Knight of Swords, intellectual richness, protects fertility of women, makes children respectful towards their parents. So it will actually also improve communication as well. And then you get the Fool. The exalting God, will and new beginnings, assist with difficult and great undertakings. Where the Fool is really helpful is it takes away all the fear. It takes away the fear of something new, because the excitement is so strong that the fear is completely gone. Now at the bottom here with the Renaissance deck, you get 3 of Swords. So that means that it could be a little bit of heartache, playing on your mind in this situation. And maybe you are overthinking things, because what I'm getting is 9 of Swords, and then 5 of Swords is actually crossing. So that means that there's a little bit of self-doubt actually stopping you in this situation. But it could also be that you feel like maybe you don't have the resources to like if you keep going, maybe you have a fear that then you're going to run out of resources with what you had planned. But it says 3 of Cups, you're actually getting 3 of Cups as advice. And 3 of Cups speak of social gatherings that are very, well, especially when it is in advice, that is very good for the seeker. So it's actually a lot more support there for you than you realize. So I want to cast the runes for you now. But there is a bit of a fear of a new beginning. It's a little bit of a fear of where to go and what to do next. And it's like maybe you feel like you want to make sure that you're going to be provided for, and that you're going to have enough resources to continue. So this eclipse could make it really obvious for you where you need to safeguard your life in certain areas. So what I'm getting here is Therisas, and I'm getting it with Naughties. So basically, this basically speaks of 9 of Swords and 5 of Pentacles, like what we got in the tarot cards. Like this is sometimes worrying thoughts and worrying a lot, but it also is like when you really feel like you need more protection around you, like you need to safeguard your life, you need protection, you need you want to basically have more of a boundary. It's a need for boundary. And with the need card, that means necessity. So it's like, are you getting what you need? That's basically what it means. But there's a lot of luck associated with this rune, and it's kind of like this. You see the symbol here is like this, like you're relying on luck, but there is luck in this rune. So with Therisas, it is often it's actually a reference to Thor's hammer. So it is protection, spiritual protection. So maybe you'll have a little bit of luck in this situation. So what I feel like with you, less is definitely more here, because it's like you don't have to do anything. A lot of what you're worrying about is going to be taken care of. I'm getting Cairnas, but Cairnas ended up reversed. So what that can mean in this situation is that when this eclipse happens, and Cairnas is torch, and when this eclipse happens, maybe you will go through a little bit of that doubt, like you'll feel the doubt. When you know what the doubt is, you basically have it's a gift in a way, because then you know what is holding you back. So write down what the fear is, what the doubt is, and then affirm the opposite. Affirm the opposite, because you'll end up turning this situation around. So if you feel there's a lack of support, then you can affirm them. I have great supporting friends. I have wonderful family that supports me and loves me. I have, and then you can say the name of your partner, and you said, "It's my highest and best soulmate." And you affirm what you want the situation to be, and it will help those relations improve a lot. They will become more of what you need them to be. Cairnas reversed can also mean that at this stage you're not meant to know everything. It's meant to be revealed to you in steps. Because if you know everything right now, it can actually block the outcome. So that's what Kenas can also mean. Kenas reverse sometimes can also mean that someone is not fully aware of what their passion is. So that's something you can also do when this eclipse, when you're going through this eclipse, you can ask the Creator of all to show you what your passion is, what is truly your passion in life that will give you joy and happiness. And it can be something very surprising. You can also ask for joy to come to you, and you don't need to know what it is. It will be a surprise. So you open yourself up to having a completely new experience that is going to be of a surprise to you. Because with Kenas, it's almost like, maybe there's almost a little bit of a fear of happiness almost there. And they say you need to know that you deserve to be happy. You deserve happiness. And it's almost like, especially with 9 of Swords and 5 of Pentacles, it's almost like that fear of being happy, fear of happiness. And with 3 of Cups, it's like they want you to have joy and happiness. So you ask the Creator to bring you what will give you joy in the highest and best way with grace and ease, in the easiest way, and you will have joy coming into your life, and the shadow aspect will reveal itself for you to clear it out. So remember then, when you feel it, you see it, you affirm then the opposite of what you fear. So if you fear abandonment, you will affirm that you have a very loyal, trustworthy partner. And if you fear betrayal, you affirm that you have loyal and trustworthy friends and partner and family members. So that's how you can work with this eclipse, is to actually get rid of a lot of fear. But there is, they say, before you make any big changes and moves in your life, work a little bit on the fear first, because then when life will open up to you, you will be able to move forward without any fear and without any doubt, basically. Okay, let's do the second one. Okay, second one, I get soulmate. So for those of you who want soulmate, this is going to be a big change in your relationship status in this eclipse. If you have already a partner, it can be a deepening in the commitment. And at the bottom of the angel deck, let's see what we get. Queen of Pentacles, the eternal God. Intellectual lucidity provides consolation and compensations. So Queen of Pentacles is someone who's very set in life, who's very secure, who has a lot to give and who has a lot to offer. And in your cards here, you actually get what I call an arrow of spirituality. So you get the Tower, and it says the fire of God aids in transformation. With 10 of Pentacles, the honorable God. So with a 7 and a 0, so a 10, 1 plus 0 is 1, so it's new beginning. But with the 0 in the 10, it speaks of a lot of spiritual energy. So you will feel, you will be able to clear an old resentment, because you're also getting Queen of Swords. So this has been an old resentment that's held you back, especially in relationships, that has made you, maybe even people that want to get close to you, they're a bit afraid of you actually, because they can feel this old, it's like an old resentment. That will be, you will be able to clear that this eclipse, because there's going to be a lot of spiritual energy, and it will come to the surface and you will clear it. So you might feel like, you know, when you feel like you feel on the inside there's a storm, but that is actually it's a spiritual storm. You're being rattled because there's something inside of you that needs to come to the surface, and it will be cleared. It's to be gone, because there's going to be more love in your life, and for that to happen, you need to clear this. It's an old resentment. It might even be something in on DNA level, on an ancestral line, or it can be something you have experienced in this lifetime. Whatever it is, it's a belief that is holding you back. So do what I said in group 1. Once you see it and feel it, and you know it's negative and it serves a purpose as well because it keeps you safe, write down what it is that is a resentment, and it could be bitterness for some of you as well. And then just affirm the opposite. Some people have the belief that all relationships will fail, and they're only attracting partners that they can let go of. But they never attract in the partner that they can really love, you know, because they have that belief that it's not gonna work anyway, so what's the point? So for those of you who have that fear and the doubt that relationships can't last, then it's very hard to attract in the most divine soulmate. So, and even if you are already with your divine soulmate, it's hard to get the deeper connection in the relationship. So then affirm that you are with your highest and best divine soulmate, that love is real, love is eternal, the love of your life is with you at all times, even if it's a psychic connection. So for those of you who are single, you can make that psychic connection before you even meet. And at the bottom here you get the Magician. Now you got the soulmate card, and now you get the Magician card. So the Magician is actually your highest and best soulmate. That is what it means in the tarot cards when it's about love, because this is someone who can communicate with you, who is very good at making you feel special, and that make you laugh, and that is interesting to talk to. You get Page of Cups, and Page of Cups is someone who is very easy to fall in love with, you know. It's wearing your heart on your sleeves, you know. It's like you are ready for an emotional renewal. And then it's Eight of Swords. So this is what you're going to be clearing, this belief that's been holding you back, this fear, or being also very self-conscious. Maybe some of you have beliefs that maybe you doubt that love can be unconditional, or maybe some of you even don't think that maybe some of you think that you have to be perfect to be loved. So that, I see that a lot with Eight of Swords. It's like that, being very self-conscious and believing that you have to be perfect, you have to have everything together before anyone can love you. That is a limiting belief. So clear that belief that everything has to be perfect in your life before you can have deep and meaningful love. And in the advice position you get Knight of Wands. So for those of you who are single, this is the soulmate you'll manifest in. Someone exciting, similar to here the Magician. It's very similar energy. Someone exciting, adventurous, full of life, love life. You know, someone who will make your life exciting. So it could be that if you are already in a relationship, then this is the energy that will make your relationship stronger. It's actually to have fun together. Maybe do new things you haven't done before. Spend time outdoors. Go on a trip somewhere. Like it's exciting. Do something exciting. Because Knight of Wands is very fiery. It also speaks of spiritual beliefs. So if you're very religious person, if you're very into your spiritual path, then it speaks of being with someone who shares those values. That's important. Okay, let's look in the runes. So 2 out of 3 showed up, and they showed up the upright position. So you get Wunjo with Yera. So Wunjo is actually a really positive rune, but it shows up also when someone is very strong-minded as well. And with Yera, it speaks of someone who's very busy and their life is very hectic. And so make sure you make room for relationship. If not, you might manifest, if you're single and you're very, very busy, you'll manifest a partner who's far away. So it become a long distance relationship. So make sure that you make room for relationship in your life. And also what I'm getting is, remember when I said some of you will have the belief that you have to be perfect to be loved, but some of you also have the belief that the partner has to be perfect so that you can love them. But no one is perfect, and no one is asking you to love someone unconditionally either, because you want to have, obviously you have to have some conditions. You're going to be loyal, they're going to be loyal to you, but make sure that you also are open to that you're going to grow together in a relationship. I also feel like in this group, what you really want will be revealed to you in this eclipse, what you really truly want in a relationship and in life. And I feel like it's going to be something simple. You want something achievable and simple. You don't want a lot of complications. You want it to be easy and simple. So when you do your manifestations, ask for it to be brought to you in the easiest way and highest and best way, with grace and ease. Okay, third group. Sleipnir. Increase in personal status. Let's see also what we get here in the angel deck. So I got 5 of Cups at the bottom. So it could be that you've been disappointed by something, and this eclipse will help you clear out the disappointment. So this deck is a little bit different from traditional tarot. It says prosperity, destruction of the enemy, and deliverance from bondage. So it's like you're going to overcome where you have been disappointed. And in the cards you're getting 3 of Swords. So it could be that you've been disappointed in a relationship. And then, but see, here it says 3 of Swords, the quickly forgiving God. So for some of you, this eclipse will actually bring in forgiveness into your life. And you also get the Star. Clemency and equilibrium, protects against attacks. So you get the 3 of Swords with the Star. And you get the Lover's card. Joy and pleasure brings happiness to couples, remove negative energy. So this eclipse, you'll be removing negativity, and it will give you freedom, because Sleipnir is a symbol of being able to move in circles that was previously unavailable to you. Okay, in the Renaissance deck, we are getting 10 of Wands at the bottom, and we get Knight of Swords with 4 of Pentacles. But 4 of Pentacles, I usually turn one card crossing. It's the second card often, just to see where there could be a block. So sometimes when 4 of Pentacles is a block, it means that you nurtured something that later ended up turning against you. So that's where could be where the disappointment is. And maybe you felt like you put a lot of effort into something that didn't appreciate you, or it just didn't manifest into what you thought it would be, and maybe you feel let down. King of Pentacles at the top. So King of Pentacles speak of, again, it's actually can speak of high society. It can speak of a very rich and wealthy community. It can also speak of you being someone who's going to create great wealth for yourself and have a lot of success. So it speaks again of this here, increase in personal status, more opportunities for you when you have abundance in your life. So let's have a look in the runes. So I get 2 out of 3 opened up, and they're upright, and it's Sovelo, which is success, with Gebo. So you most likely will have a successful business undertaking. There is an increase in your personal status, so it can also be through a relationship as well, because Gebo sometimes speak of relationships that are very good. So I feel like for group 3, it's going to be success. Like you're going to work on your prosperity and success. And the way you're going to do that, you're going to let go of something that was disappointing to you, something that maybe you felt let you down, maybe it was a person, maybe it was a situation. You're going to clear that disappointment, find out what you learned, and then you're going to actually create more abundance as a result. Some of you will come up with a fantastic idea, or you're going to grab an opportunity, and you're going to be able to see it for what it is, and you're going to know it's a great opportunity, and you're going to run with this, and it's going to bring you success and abundance. Okay, group 4. Well, you get Valkyries, victory. Valkyries speak of victory in groups, so it's teamwork often. And in the angel deck, the bottom we're getting 5 of Pentacles, the forbearing God, and in this deck it actually speaks of patience. And you get Page of Pentacles, and it actually speaks of friendships. So in this deck, Page of Pentacles speak of friendships, and so it correlates well to the Valkyries. God sung above all, loyalty and allegiance. That's exactly what this card speaks of. Friendship and reconciliation. So friendship, allegiance, teamwork, that's going to be important in this eclipse. And then you get 3 of Pentacles, so teamwork again. Mental force, God hearing lamentations. 3 of Pentacles is it's teamwork basically. It speaks of coming together for the greater good as well, and producing something remarkable together in a group. And you also get King of Pentacles as advice. And King of Pentacles says they adore God. Obedience causes harmony and peace, calms anger. So if there's been conflict, then this eclipse will actually bring you healing in a group. So in the Renaissance deck, you get 7 of Wands at the bottom, and 7 of Wands sometimes speak of when there's a lot of attention on you. So perhaps you feel like there's like all eyes are on you and you have to perform. 9 of Wands crossed by the Hanged Man. So maybe you have felt that there's been a lot of pressure. And the Hanged Man, when it shows up, then maybe things are moving a little bit too slow at the moment. Because with the Hanged Man crossing, it's either you're doing too little or too much, but it's not flowing exactly how you want it to flow. And the reason for that is that you haven't seen, there's something specific that you're meant to see and learn from this situation here. And that what it was, the lesson was to see what is truly important in your life. And until you've seen it, then it's gonna kind of hold you back a little bit, because I want you to really see what is truly important in your life. So you can write up a list during this eclipse and ask the Creator to help you see it as well, what is truly important in your life. And then at the top you get 3 of Wands. And 3 of Wands speak of, sometimes 3 of Wands I see it when someone they live somewhere where they feel like they've had a lot of experiences, but they don't know what else there is to experience, and they want to expand. So maybe when you feel a little bit of that where you are now, you want to know what else there is to have in life. Like you want to expand on your life a little bit. But what they're saying is that maybe you also feel like you don't have someone that really understands you on that deeper level. So maybe you feel like in your group of friends or even at work, there's a little bit of lacking in communication. So what they're saying is to bring in these people that are your soul family. soul group and soul family where there's really strong communication, where you understand each other almost on a telepathical level. That's what they're talking about. That's what this means. So that could be lacking for some of you, and that's what this eclipse is going to help you bring that energy in of very strong soul group, very strong teamwork, and because I feel like you're ready for more. You're ready for more. I almost want to say challenges. It's almost like you want to be stimulated on an intellectual level. That's going to be really important to you. So let's look in the runes as well. So what I'm getting here, I'm getting Tivas reversed with Fehu reversed. So Fehu, when it's reversed, can speak of a little bit of unluck. Or that you just feel blocked when it comes to making progress. So maybe you feel a bit stuck where you are now. You know, maybe you're feeling a little bit stuck. Like 3 of Wands, needing to have more, see more, experience more. Hanged Man, blocking. And then they're saying Tivas is reversed. And Tivas is reversed sometimes when there's a very toxic person in your life that has very strong masculine energy. So they can be a bit aggressive. So that's also why they want you to have good people around you, because that actually will give you protection and safety. Because it could be an element of aggression in your life that is not working for you. And it could be abusive either with words, and for some of you maybe it's even physical abuse as well. And because Fehu is reversed, it could even be some financial abuse. And maybe there's a lack of healthy boundaries in that regard. So what this eclipse will help you is to see maybe a relationship that is toxic, but it's actually there to help you bring in healthy, happy, good relationship. But I feel like there's friendship and soul family that's coming in. Because I feel like in this group 4, it's a bit unpredictable energy. I feel like at the bottom of this is a deep fear of being hurt that's holding this situation there. So it's a fear of getting hurt, seen here in 9 of Wands. Maybe having been hurt in the past and now being afraid of moving, of trusting again, like moving past it, like it's afraid of trusting in the wrong people. So as a download for this group, would you like to know who to trust, how to trust, when to trust, in the highest and best way with grace and ease? We create this truth, perspective and understanding, in the highest and best way with grace and ease, in the easiest way, in a way that brings you joy. And then if you say yes, get this download. But I feel like what you're going to be working on in this eclipse is how you need to learn to trust, and who to trust, and when you need to actually not trust in somebody as well. I feel like some of you could have pushed someone away, but maybe you pushed everyone away. Maybe you needed to push someone away, but you just, to make it like you were overwhelmed, you ended up pushing everyone away. And for some of you, maybe you pushed the wrong people away and kept the wrong people in your life. So what you need to do here is to it's going to be an opening in heart, I feel, as well. Because there's people that want to come into your life, but I feel like you're a bit afraid of letting them close because you're afraid of getting hurt. So this eclipse will show you what you need in your life when it comes to support in regards to friendships. They can come as colleagues, through your interests. But you're much more capable than you realize, and that is part of the lessons for you to realize how strong you are as well. So for all the groups, this eclipse will teach you something very important that will benefit you later on in your life, to bring in some really good things in your life. And all of you all of you can have very quick turnarounds in your life just by changing your beliefs. Will change the vibration, which will rearrange things in your life according to your vibration. If something persists that you don't want to be in your life anymore, ask yourself how it's serving you to have it there. Ask yourself what would happen if it wasn't there, and what the worst thing would be. If something you want is not manifesting into your life, ask yourself what is the worst thing that could happen if it happens, because something in you is afraid on some level. Your subconscious does not think it is safe to have it if you're unable to manifest it in. So let's say you can't manifest a relationship. Your subconscious cannot manifest in a relationship if it doesn't think it is safe for you to have a relationship. So you need to get to the bottom of what you believe is the worst thing that can happen if you have a relationship. What is the worst thing that can happen if you have success and abundance? And for some of you, it's religious fears actually. Some of you will have the belief that you have to struggle to be loved by God. So then that is the belief that you will clear. Some of you will need better friends in your life to have a better life. It's actually the people in your life that might not be good for you. You could be clearing out some ancestral beliefs that will actually help your ancestral line, because once you clear it, it actually helps your family members as well. And it will help the generations that will come after you as well. So doing belief work on yourself helps many more people than you. It does affect the energy around you. And the ripple effect of that is very, very positive and good. So that was it for me, guys. Let me know how you go in this eclipse. Bye, guys.